Week 11, baby. It's right after our Week 11, back with our DDF podcast here. And we can finally get off our damn knees and finally admit the Chiefs are not worth that undefeated record. Thank you, Josh Allen. Thank you, Buffalo Bills. No more undefeated runs for them. I was sick of it. Yeah, I think we all can tell that not only do announcers favor the Chiefs so much, analysts, but the refs like to favor them a lot too. But unlike for our good friend Andy, he does continue his unbeaten streak. Unfortunately, it continues to not just be like slight wins, but they feel like dominating wins because he continues to put up. He is continuing to put up 200 points. He had another one this week. I think he had 210 or 212.
213.
Yeah.
It's 213. I remember that.
Yeah, I just looked at it.
Yeah, nuts. So Andy continues to ball out and have really good news, but I think it's time that we can celebrate that Justin got his win this week. I think we can finally celebrate.
Scottie curse is still alive.
Scottie curse continues. Scott cannot beat Justin. It is great.
I think we know who the rivals are next year.
I think we know rivals for next year.
You have exactly. That's like I'm going to be calling him out, like, but I'm going to be doing it from a point of like domination too. Like, listen, punk bitch, you're my rival.
Okay, we are at a minute 30. That's okay.
We sure are. I was watching that clock before I even started speaking.
Yeah. But with that win, and with me losing to good old Nick over here directly over here, I don't know if you're over here or wherever.
Who knows?
Maybe is there a fight for the first overall pick in our fantasy league now?
No,
Nope, no chance.
Justin still has you by two losses.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's not far. That's not much.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Well,
it's not a lot. Like you go the whole year without only winning 2 games. Eat dicks.
I've been rooting for Joe to just keep losing and losing and losing because I have his first round pick. And I'm like, yes, but I also have Nikki P's first round pick, and I'm like, okay, well you can keep losing too. So just keep going, boys.
All your picks are gonna be like fucking top 5.
Yeah, I know, except for mine. Hopefully.
Yeah, the top 3 picks is going to be Justin, Blake, Blake,
Justin,
Blake.
I only have 1 first round pick.
You only have 1 right now, yeah. But we joke about fighting for the first overall pick, but that's not just happening in our fantasy league, kind of. But there's a fight for the first overall pick in the NFL going on right now. Some top contenders really fighting for 101.
Go Cowboys.
Your definition of fight is different than a lot of other people's, I imagine.
But what are they fighting for? Like,
throw it in the shanty for Janty, baby.
I mean,
Shanty for Janty. I'll take that. That's fine.
Okay.
but I mean, who else is coming out in this class?
To get viral.
Travis Hunter?
Well, Travis Hunter is likely the overall first round pick. The last mock I saw for the first 10 picks had like 5 quarterbacks going. And I'm like,
so many.
Okay, like I know Cam Ward's up there and a couple others, but like I'm not sure I see.
Is Shaduri Sanders coming in this year, or is that next year?
He's one of those like top 10 picks.
I think they had Genty in the top 15. I think last time I saw it was like 12.
He'll be top 15. He's not the top 10. I mean, he might be top 10. I don't want to say that, but I mean, like he's not going to go number 1 overall.
Who's drafting where?
Yeah,
depends on who's drafting where.
So the current order that they have it in is they have the Jaguars taking Travis Hunter number 1 overall, then the Giants taking Shador, which fucking great, awesome, cool. Cleveland taking Cam Ward, so sorry for you, buddy. You're not going to do shit because you're going to the land of misfit quarterbacks. Tetaroa McMillan going to the Raiders at 4. Kelvin Banks, tackle out of Texas, going to Tennessee at 5. Will Campbell going to the Patriots at 6. That's another offensive tackle. Mason Graham going to the Jets at 7. He's a D lineman out of Michigan. You got Abdul Carter. Projected team is Carolina. And then, well, that's new. This has the Cowboys taking James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee at 9.
What is it, a linebacker?
And then Ashton Janty, he's an edge rusher. And then Will Johnson, a corner to the Saints at 10. And then Ashton Janty going to the Bengals at 11.
Oof. Bengals don't run good schemes for their running backs, though, so I wouldn't like them.
No, I do not see a world in which Ashton Janty, like if the Cowboys are that far back at 9, which I only think they're going to move up, if they're that far back at 9, Janty does not get to 10. He does not get to 11. He does not see double digits if the Cowboys are sitting at 9. Yes, I hope, God damn it. The only other acceptable pick to me is if you've got, like, if one of those tackles slides or one of the, like, interior offensive linemen flies up the board a little bit and they go that way. But, like, in my mind, there is no way the Cowboys could pass on Ashton Janty at whatever pick that they're at, pretty much. Unless they're inside the top 5, then maybe not.
I mean, because their defense
But I'm
is just
also a big believer in... No, the defense, like... And they've gotten better over the past few weeks, which is the thing. And I was talking to a buddy about this, and it feels like Zimmer's defenses have, like, while it's an older scheme, they're so complex and so much shit to remember that they just get better throughout the year as people start to absorb things. So, like, they played better the last few weeks. They just get tired out by the end of it because the offense can't move the damn ball.
Yeah. Kind of running them into the ground more or less.
Yeah, that's how Vance Joseph's defense is, too.
The Cowboys are still missing DeMarcus Lawrence, who, in my mind, is one of the better, like, run-stopping defensive ends in the league. So that helps with just run, because you're not going to have Joe Mixon run around the outside with DeMarcus Lawrence on his ass. And then they're still missing Deron Bland, who has been a Pro Bowl corner, and led leagues in interceptions. So they're still missing 2 big pieces, and that's not even counting. They're still missing their starting nose tackle, which is why Mozzie Smith is still seeing playing time, even though he's 32 out of 32 in the league.
Yikes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
Real positive thinking Cowboys fan over here.
Positive thinking, as in you want them to lose so they can move up the draft.
Well, this is also the other thing
right now, dude.
Yeah, well, this is also the other thing that I've been thinking of. Why the hell, at this point, are you even starting Cooper Rush? Just start Trey Lance. You traded for him. See what he is. See if you've got anything. See if he's worth keeping around. Just check it out.
I can tell you those. I have the answer to those questions already.
Yeah, yes, I know, but, like, give it a shot. You traded for him. See what happens. What's the worst that happens? You lose. You're probably going to do that anyway with Cooper Rush. So
yeah, but you just want to increase your pick by saying that.
No, it's not even that. I legitimately want to see if he's worth anything.
I get that. I mean, I as a Steelers fan, I get that. When we were starting Justin Fields to start the first 4 or 5 games of the year, I honestly was like, we might not even see Russell Wilson. We've got him on a 1-year contract. Why would we throw him in there and possibly get hurt? And then they brought him in, and I was freaking the fuck out. Like, why did we do this? We were decent and starting to pick grooves, and I've been satisfied with the results ever since.
Yeah, you got Mr.
That situation is not the same.
No, it is not.
Yeah, not the same, but
They don't have this new flashy rookie named Russell Wilson. They want to see what they have. Like, yeah, it's not the same thing at all.
No, that is what we call a proven commodity that you're waiting to get healthy.
Hey, we didn't know.
Yeah, to compare the two is bullshit because that's an embarrassment of riches, you dick.
Fucking ass.
Denver Russell had no offensive line, which they improved this last year. Their running game was absolute shit. He still had no time, and he still put up decent numbers despite all of that. He wasn't nearly as shitty as people think that he was. Go back and look at his stats. They were not that bad.
He was like a top half quarterback last year too. But like,
yes,
the main thing that people might not remember about last season with Russell Wilson is that his head coach hated his fucking guts.
Yeah, Sean
Payton hated him.
Yeah. What was the podcast I was listening to? Because just thinking about Denver, talking about improving their offensive line. No, it's the guys that their big thing is like better. It's like better picks or something like that.
Oh, I have no idea.
But they were talking about potential offensive rookie of the year, and they're talking just with how well Bo Nix is playing, that Bo Nix could step in and actually take over and be rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year.
That's what I heard as well.
Oh,
yeah,
hell yeah,
he's earned it.
I'm all about it.
I mean, 4 touchdowns to 4 different receivers.
He looks incredible.
That's some impressive stuff, man.
He better be too, because he's the oldest kid that got drafted. So.
Dude, that kid is. I'm so happy I have him on my taxi squad. I'm very happy about it, especially considering like Dak's getting up there in age. Kyler Murray is. You can have 30 points one week and 3 points the next.
When has he had 3 points this year?
Hold on, I will tell you because it happened.
And
did he do that once?
honestly, though, long term, he might be better than Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels.
Eat dicks.
And you might have missed out on a $20 bet.
Yeah. Justin, just so you know, Kyler Murray scored 1.6 points against Chicago.
Oof.
Fair. I'll give you this one, sir.
9.6 points against Green Bay. 9 points against Washington. Yeah. And around those is a 25.4, a 23.04, and a 31.2.
That's the magic of Murray, baby. You gotta ride it like a roller coaster.
The magic of Murray.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah,
I
but Murray's defense.
Josh Allen does the same shit. I get it.
Yeah.
In the defense of Murray, that game that he put up 1 point, he got credited for an interception that should have been a fumble, or a fumble on him that should have been on the running back. And James Conner put up like 107 or 110 rushing yards. So the run game was working. He didn't need to throw that game.
I mean, it didn't help that my other quarterback before he got injured had low points of, this great stat against Detroit, minus 0.34 points.
Is that what Dak got that one day?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was terrible.
Outside of that, he was serviceable all year. Like, he wasn't great, but, like, it wasn't necessarily a detriment. But I need that team to figure some shit out for more than one reason.
I need the Bears to figure their shit out. I got
You need
DJ
shit.
Moore sitting on the bench for no reason right now.
I've got their fucking franchise player, dude. Shut the hell up.
Well, tell him to start being the franchise. Come on.
Yeah, I'll call him on my fucking bat phone. Eat dicks.
Dude, my favorite thing was, so I put Dak on the IR last week, and Kyler happened to be on bye, so I needed a quarterback, and I didn't necessarily want to pull Bo Nix up off my taxi squad just yet. So I grabbed Matthew Stafford, and poor Matt ended up getting 39 points of Matthew Stafford against him, and I'm like, sorry, buddy.
Yeah, Stafford's got that big BDE, man.
Well, it helps. He also has a Puka Nacua and a healthy Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
Damn right.
Did Puka get hurt again?
That's what I saw.
He was off the field for a hot minute, but I think he finished the game.
I think he came back, yeah.
Every game Puka plays, the only alert I get on my phone is that Puka Nacua is heading to the medical tent.
Yep.
With 100 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns.
I don't care. I mean, he can do
Something
that from
like
the
that,
tent as far as I'm concerned. He gets points.
He just sees status changed from healthy to questionable. I had that happen with Darnell Mooney. Ouch.
Yeah, I just I finally pulled the trigger and elevated Tyrone Tracy to my active roster and dumped Jalen Warren. Finally did it. Finally pulled the trigger on it, and I'm happy about it.
That's a solid move.
Yeah, because, dude, Tyrone Tracy, he's been solid ever since he had that, like, ever since he had those couple of weeks with Singletary out, they've been
Yep.
handing him the ball and featuring him. So I'm like, hell yeah, dude, I'm all about it.
I believe he's RB1 now, too. I believe he took over.
I think he did. Well, because Singletary is old.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
He's not really
I think
that
he's
old. He's just not that good.
No, it's
For
just
some reason, I feel like he's just been in the league forever, which I don't.
really?
Which I don't think he
yeah,
has.
the name Singletary's been in the league
Yeah,
forever.
that's
That's what
probably
it
it.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back before both of you were born. Shut the fuck up.
You're not that much older than us.
I'm saying he played back before you guys were born. That's my point.
That's true. But funny you mentioned the whole Giant situation. But Daniel Jones no longer the starter.
yeah, which is interesting to me.
Because not only do they not put Drew Lock in the start, but Tommy Cutlett's coming in. You got Tommy DeVito coming in. Why? Is Tommy DeVito that much better?
It has to do with like cash incentives with both Daniel Jones and Drew Lock at the moment, because they don't want to pay all the extras that they put into those fucking contracts. And also, they're sending a message they're sending a message to their fan base that they're done with Daniel Jones and they're ready to move on next year. That's kind of
As
the
soon as
political
I saw,
side of the football team.
As soon as I saw that they were benching him, I'm like, he's gonna. Well, that's officially the signal that he's gonna be a backup somewhere next year.
Yes, he will be.
Yeah,
back.
he won't be with the Giants. And I believe I said that in an earlier podcast this year. I posed that question: if Daniel Jones finishes out the year as the starter over in New York.
Apparently
Yeah,
not.
well, you said a lot of things, and a lot of shit didn't hit the fan, so...
Well, and I'm also
But
seeing.
some shit has, and I've cleaned it up.
I've also seen some rumors out there that the Jets are done with Aaron Rodgers after this year.
How could you not be?
Yeah.
So, no,
Yeah,
I'm not
there's a lot of things with the
I'm
Jets.
not saying that it
need to
catches
happen.
me off guard or anything. I'm just saying that I've seen that floating around.
I suppose they'll just leave that up to their new GM or something.
Yeah, because they jettisoned his ass.
Yeah.
Because they tried to pull a LeBron James GM and Aaron
They
Rodgers
didn't
run the
try. They did. Like, they very much
Yeah.
did.
Aaron Rodgers has taken over full control of that team and called all these shots.
Or that's what it appears to us on the outside, but obviously you can see how well that works out when you do that.
Yeah. Or people are just tired of dealing with Aaron Rodgers and they're like, hey, if you're not going to get rid of him, we're just going to leave.
Well, yeah, they should. But I don't understand how, like, all these teams around the league are firing their head coach here or their GM here, and the Jacksonville Jaguars haven't made one fucking decision to fire their inept coach, their god-awful offensive coordinator, and their terrible, terrible GM. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, Doug Peterson, how you still have a job is beyond me. How you are still the coach of a professional NFL team is beyond me.
Because
When
the
did Doug
ownership,
Peterson take over?
the ownership went to the Jerry Jones School of Football 3 years ago, I believe he did.
Yeah,
Something like
Took
that.
over.
I think Trevor Lawrence's second year.
Okay, so
It
when they
was,
had
yeah.
that win against San Diego in the playoffs.
Yep, that's the only thing that is.
I was just going to say,
saved
so
his
the
job.
only reason why he still is there.
Yeah.
100%.
No, all emotional outbursts aside, the reason that he's still there is that it doesn't change anything if you fire him now or if you fire him at the end of the year.
That's true. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is out for the rest of the year. Their entire offense is on IR.
Pretty much.
I mean, who's catching the football over there?
Travis Etienne or the rookie, Brian Thomas Jr., right?
Yep.
Brian
Yeah,
Thomas
that's-
Jr., but he's been kind of in and out.
Yeah, because he's been.
It's because there's a backup quarterback flinging him the ball right now.
And Travis Etienne gets
He's
the
dog
ball
shit, I
every
know.
once in a while, yeah. So, I mean,
Doug
He's the
Peterson.
primary
the
back.
entire offense.
And he's number one running back in the passing game, so don't you forget that.
Justin said, "Give me that at least."
Yeah, seriously.
He's on my team. I know my shit.
Mac Jones. Who would have thought that Mac Jones would be the backup to Trevor Lawrence? There's not a
Not to be a backup. He wasn't any good. I didn't know if he was going to go Trevor Lawrence, but he may as well be anybody. Like, Mac Jones is just a forgettable guy.
Speaking of forgettable, Gabe Davis went down. Another injury
Excellent
report.
transition. I love that.
Who went down?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally
Mr.
nobody
Wind
noticed.
Sprints himself, Gabe Davis.
Yeah, the only thing that made him worth anything was Josh Allen.
And that was...
Even then, that was only one game where he was actually worth something.
No, I had him in a couple of things last year, and he was all right. He was like, if you needed a spot start, like you could have pretty good chance of him getting a touchdown and not like sinking your team.
It's kind of like within the 30-yard line, not quite the red zone, but just outside of it, target guy. Because it definitely wasn't Stephon Diggs last year.
It wasn't really much of anybody. It was just Josh Allen being Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that final touchdown that he ran against the Chiefs was so satisfying.
It really was.
You're
Just
telling
watching
me.
him run people over and then to cross into the goal line, just running that last defender over was so satisfying. Like this was it. But okay.
That's all you've got, Ryan. This is your time to shine, man. You've been trashing the Chiefs all year, and it's finally here.
One other
guy who traded away fucking Mahomes.
It worked out for me, Justin Herbert.
Because one other thing that I'm just like, can we stop sucking off Patrick Mahomes? Was Josh Allen takes a knee with 30 seconds left in the game, and there's like some announcer, I think it was maybe Chris Collinsworth, was like, "Oh, I don't know, you have Patrick Mahomes on the other side of the ball." I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude.
But they're not wrong. I mean, you still have to give the man some respect. That man, especially against the Bills, has done some phenomenal, crazy shit. I mean, what was it, 2-3 years ago, we watched a playoff game between the two of them where it could have been anybody's ball game with the last minute 14 left with how many game changes and score changes that game had. It was insane.
Yeah, but that made sense, though. That made sense.
I know, down 10 with,
down 9-10, 20 seconds left, and they knelt.
Yeah.
The game was over. And they're like, "Oh, I don't know." Better watch out.
Was it Troy Aikman's broadcasting? Because, God, I hate him talking about quarterbacks. Holy shit.
It was either... I mean,
He
it's
just
always
about quarterbacks and Chris Collinsworth.
Oh, I know he does,
Justin
but
was
holy shit, man. Every time I hear Troy Aikman's broadcast, it's just, "Oh, there's Patrick Mahomes, and look at him, and just shut up, Troy Aikman."
Him and Tony Romo, too. Romo's pretty bad.
I like Romo.
I love me some.
I like Romo, too. He's not a bad broadcaster.
He's not
I'm serious. He's really not that bad.
You're really swayed on that
I
one.
like him. I like him a lot.
Oh, I can't stand Troy Aikman, though.
I don't mind Aikman. Aikman's not bad either. The worst one right now is Brady, but that's just because he's new and he can't say a lot of stuff because he owns part of the Raiders.
Well, and also, he's terrible.
But...
Currently terrible. Give him time.
Yeah, we'll give him currently terrible. Once he gets out of the Raiders, then maybe he'll get better.
I don't think he's getting out of the Raiders anytime soon.
Probably not.
No.
But something that we probably need to touch on, being that we are a fantasy podcast.
No.
We have 6 teams on bye this next week. So, something that we could jump into a little bit. When it comes to bye weeks and you're handling fantasy stuff in the Dynasty situation, is there a situation where you might drop a player because you need to fill a spot, or do you try to fill up those empty spots, or what kind is your strategy when you see that you have like 4 guys out on bye?
Sheer panic.
Pretty much.
Sheer fucking panic. Like I was facing
Not when
you
you're
this
2-9.
Honestly, that's where the bubble guys that you're trying to decide on come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't just eat it and actually put guys in that you're still okay with, then that's where those bubble decisions really come in handy, because if there's somebody out there that you're like, you know what, he can serve me for this week, and I'm not sold on this guy, it kind of gives you some leverage to actually make that choice, and so that's helped me out a couple of times. But luckily, I'm not affected super bad this week as far as our league goes. I think I had minimal bye week issues, and everything I was able to do was just moving people around on my team, with the exception of my kicker, which who gives a shit.
My kicker's on bye too. I don't know what I'm going to do.
They're a dime a dozen right now, so...
Not true. Not if you have Chris Boswell.
Yeah, that's true.
Or Brandon Aubrey.
Him too, yeah. But no.
Brandon Aubrey's not going to get a whole lot of opportunities. Me and Justin were talking about
Dude,
this. If you can't move the ball,
all they have to
you
do
can't
is get
kick.
to the 50.
You know, that's a fair point.
I don't know. He missed one. He missed one yesterday.
That's because he slipped.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
He slipped.
Yeah.
How do you hold it against him?
And honestly, it's too close. It was too close.
It was too close.
It was
It
under
was like a
30 yards.
30-something yard. Yeah.
It was under 30 yards. He was like, how the fuck do I make something like this? I've been making stuff from 58
Forgot
and
where to
64.
plant his foot, apparently.
He made a 64-yard field goal that ended up not counting because of the freaking Texans penalty, but he made it, and it was still halfway up the freaking net.
It had a lot of space left.
You should intentionally false start whenever you're too close.
Or delay a game.
Yes.
Like, hold on, we're too close. I need you to jump off sides really fast.
Yeah.
So to answer... Sorry, go ahead.
Last night I was watching the Manning cast because I knew I was just going to be hating life last night. So I was like, you know what? Let's see if I can get some levity into this. And Aubrey hits a 58-yarder, and Belichick was on at the time. And Eli and Peyton are going on about something, and you just hear Belichick go, 58-yard field goal, and it hits 2/3 of the way up the freaking net. And then he just kind of like hangs his head and shakes it and laughs. And I'm like, yeah, the kid's got a howitzer for a leg.
Yeah, this is the coach that had the number 1 kicker ranked from when it was Adam Vinatieri to Steven Gostkowski.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, what a spread that was.
But no, to answer Ryan's question on how you handle bye week, you sheer panic, and you hope, like Blake was saying, that those bubble players that you're questioning about show up. Like this week is when the bye bug hit me. Unfortunately, I was missing James Conner, Malik Neighbors, Trey McBride. So I had to throw in Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton. And
the
This is the
one
biggest
week Jerry
fucking
Jeudy,
humble brag bullshit I've heard.
the 1 week Jerry Jeudy decides that he wants to catch an 82-yard
I need another drink if you're going to do this shit. I'll be right back.
No, honestly.
I was hit with the bye bug. I put up 198. Oh,
I'm serious though. Like if you look at and me and Ryan even texted about it before this week even started. It was the battle of the buys between us because he was missing quite a few of his key components as well. So I really was surprised when I reached 160, let alone 198. It's not me being a humble brag like Justin was saying. Like I legitimately did not expect my team to do this.
So, hold on. Before I get mad and straight yell at you, I have to look at this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because your whole Judy thing, I feel like is unfounded, because I have him in another league.
He's only been going off since Winston has been quarterback.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Winston's still the quarterback, isn't he?
I mean,
so it's not that it's not that big of a... It's
that
not,
big
it's,
of it.
No, and he's been, like I said, he's been serviceable. It's not like he's been
But
bad.
not at 22 points like he just did.
24. And
And I sat DJ Moore to start him. So, yes, it was a hard call. But I was punishing DJ Moore. So,
well, honestly, it wasn't a hard call because Caleb Williams hasn't been able to throw the ball at all.
exactly, that's why I was punishing DJ Moore.
So it wasn't really that hard of a call, then, was it?
Oh, it hurt me to put him in. I don't like anybody for the Browns.
Eat a bag of dicks, Nick.
One at a time.
First of all, let's go 10.25, 8.6, 7.3, 9.6, 1.8, 2.7, 1.9,
He had
8.9, 10.6.
3 weeks. 3 weeks that he was under projection. And you're mad at him for it.
Yeah. They're wide receivers. They're not supposed to just hit projection.
I'm just saying, he's
Not the number one wide receiver on the team should not be hitting just projection.
It's also
Number one receiver on the team also shouldn't be running off the field while the play's still going either.
That is true. That is why DJ Moore is also a crybaby. Hence why he was on my bench.
I'm just
That
saying
was an
it's
easy
not
call.
not as hard of a call as it really as you made it sound because he's not playing badly. He's not producing badly.
But he's not one of my top wide receivers is what I'm trying to say.
He is not.
He was definitely not somebody that I'm going to put in as like a backup either.
Yeah, but he's a solid flex option pretty much any week. Especially
Yeah, but I mean, so should everybody on our team for the most part should be a solid flex option.
Yeah, but we know that's not the case. I'm just saying in Jerry Jeudy's case specifically.
Just saying, you can fuck right off.
Yeah,
Agreed. And I can quickly give you an answer to what you do with the bye week shit. You suck it up in the positions that don't matter. I don't have a kicker this week. I'm thinking about just blanking the damn fucking position this week. I don't give a shit. I'm starting running backs that we're not going to start normally. Like, I have ETN on bye, and I have Josh Allen on bye. And I'm going to be starting Drake May, probably, instead of Josh Allen. And Roshan Johnson, who's now emerged as the goal line back for Chicago. So, I think I'm going to have a nice move moving forward. I'm not going to humble brag like some people on our podcast, because obviously I have no room to speak with my 2-9 team, but I'm just saying I do have replacements for those players. So I do feel humble about those players, and I am very appreciative of them.
When you think about it, when you're at the bottom of the rung, like me and Justin are, we're just happy to have players to put up something.
Hell yeah, like a proud papa.
Yeah, because when Sleeper sent out the weekly report today, the stat that I was on was the largest win. I was on the losing end of the largest, separation.
You got beat by the most points, yes. That's what you're trying to say.
We got it. You got your ass whooped. We did it.
By 70. I put up 128.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had the lowest points in a win this week.
And I scored third highest. Check that shit out. I was on the podium.
Thank you, Scottie.
Because you were playing Scottie.
I wish I played Scott every fucking week, man.
God damn. I mean, going and getting Jawan Jennings was huge.
That's the benefit of being number one on the waiver priority for all of the year.
For most of the year, yeah. Well, and then Josh Allen, we've talked about it. Great game. He had a really good game.
My defense is what fucking really did it. Andrew Van Ginkel had almost 20 points.
Van Ginkel
went crazy. I mean, Achane had a...
He had an Achane day.
Achane had an Achane day. Etienne had his normal.
He sucks.
Yep. right down, not even breaking doubles. I mean, surprisingly, Jefferson barely broke 10, which that was surprising.
Darnold's struggling right now. That's the only reason why
he's kind of going through a slump. Well, we say that, but then I go and look, and Sam Darnold still put up. How much did he give me? 24, almost 25.
Yeah, that's an okay number, I guess.
I mean, it technically beat out Nick's quarterback. So there's a win for me there. I put up 24, almost 25, and Justin Herbert put up 22.5. So, But then his his one wide receiver scored more than all 4 of mine that I started.
Yeah, that's a rough
That
day.
sucks.
That's a rough day.
Yeah, very rough because we had Terry McLaurin had 1 catch for 10 yards. Darnell Mooney got hurt. Kyle Pitts. I had to play him because Kate Otten was out.
How many points did he get?
I'm
Sorry, how many points did he get?
He got 1 point. He got a point and a half.
So
Not even a half. Not even a half.
Not even a half.
1.45. Not
1.4.
even a half.
I know this is a good problem to have, but so last week, this is in one of my other leagues, so I'll make this short. I had Jonnu Smith to replace Brock Bowers for a week, and justifiably I flipped him out. I just didn't drop Jonnu Smith, and I played Brock Bowers this week. And I looked at my bench, and I was like, oh shit, maybe I should have played Jonnu Smith. He got 28 points. I look up, Brock Bowers, 31 points. I'm like, well, fuck.
That's a nice problem to have.
I wish I had that problem. I started both my tight ends this week.
You did.
Joker did fine.
But look at you. It worked out.
Guess who's not the fucking reason why I won? Travis Kelce. He can eat my dick.
Because I'll tell you right now, if Justin didn't have to start 2 tight ends, he probably would have started Travis Kelce and would have been furious.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually.
Fucking furious, because Kelce was doing so consistently decent, and then he would have just taken fucking shit on him.
Well,
I don't need to be fed up like
let's
that.
go to this scenario then. Who would you have started? Not looking at the points right now. So I'll just tell you possible that you could have thrown in. Would you have started Keenan Allen, McConkey, or dudes?
Maybe McConkey? Maybe.
Okay,
But
that's the right decision.
That is the right decision.
of those
Here we
guys,
are.
yeah.
Here we are again telling Justin how to run his team.
Listen, I'm fine with you guys, saying things. Don't tell me, hey, you should do this, because then you should, get dicked.
No, because that would have been a tough call, because you most likely would have ran with Kelce, like we were just talking about with the consistency that he's been performing with. You would have started McConkey, so yeah, you would have gained it because McConkey did better than Njoku, so it would have balanced out. It wouldn't have mattered.
Whatever. I just got to be fucking... I don't know what I got to do with Kelce the rest of the year. He's
But you
frustrating.
beat Scottie by 50 points, so it wouldn't have made a difference.
Nope, not really. I didn't even mean to.
Scottie,
It was an
if you're
accident,
listening
Scotty. I was pulling for you.
Scottie, if you're listening to this, your Achilles heel is over here. I think we have rivals set up. I think we need to figure out punishments right now for.
I was
that.
really hoping you would break the curse, Scottie. I was pulling for you.
I thought you would.
I mean, it's funny because that was my question for the poll on Spotify. All Spotify listeners over there, all 5. The poll last week was is Justin going to continue the curse? Is Scottie going to have the Justin curse? And the one vote that we had was Scottie breaks the curse, but
that was
here
me
we go.
voting. The rest of you fucks can't be bothered.
I voted. Mine didn't log. I swear to God, I voted. Oh, I picked that Scottie.
Typical.
I swear I
Hear
picked
what's
Scottie
wrong with this
breaks
country.
the curse. No, I picked Scottie breaks the curse.
No, I really want Justin to play Scottie the rest of the year.
For Scottie breaks it.
Yeah.
I really want Justin to play Scottie the rest of the year.
Even though
I
Scottie
agree.
is in second place, I wanted Scottie to win. Go figure.
I mean, he's
Well,
healthy.
because we don't want
in
Andy
second
sitting
place.
on top. That's why.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's not healthily in second place. He's only got a 1-game
Yeah, he's
lead
got a
on me and Blake. So
Now, yeah. Thanks to me.
yeah, thanks, Justin.
You say thank you.
Nobody's catching that fuck Andy right now.
No,
Andy's
no,
even-
Andy's locked first.
The best we can hope for is that he loses this week when his 2 best players are on bye.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
hurting because
his bi-apocalypse happened to him this week.
yeah, he is going to be missing out on. To those that are listening, Andy has Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and the Bengals are on bye this week. And before we clicked record, we did a little bit of just kind of looked at the previous weeks that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have put up, averaging about 50 to 60 a week between the two of them. So, hopefully...
He's also missing his two main linebackers. He's going to be down Trey Hendricks and Logan Wilson.
Boo-hoo.
Okay.
So, and Evan McPherson. Oh, Jesus, he's got like the entire Cincinnati team.
Just about.
McPherson missed a fuck ton of field goals the other day too. Like,
McPherson
He missed two. He missed two. Brandon Aubrey, like we said, slipped. Justin Tucker missed a couple. And we were talking about this before the podcast began. The kickers were just terrible this last week.
yeah, but kickers are kickers, man. Like, whatever. Like I said, like I'm missing mine this week. If I really care, I'm gonna pick one up. I mean,
Hey, you never know. You can get somebody like Chris Boswell put up 24 points and be satisfied with for the second time of this year. Jesus,
I got 24 points from my kicker week 1 too. So I mean, whatever. Like, it's nothing new to me. Don't pretend like your team's kicker is the fucking be all end all. Okay.
No, I remember Joe. Joe still hates kickers.
Like, it's not even necessarily that Andy's like throwing out. Like, yes, he has roughly 100 points more than the next guy below him, but also he's like second to last in points against. So it's not like people are scoring well when they're playing him either. So
Exactly.
No, we've been talking. Yeah, we've talked about that all year. That we just can't score against him when he's scoring those 160s, 150s. We're letting him skate by with those victories.
yeah, but he's also had 3 straight weeks where he's been over 200. So
Yeah, no, I mean the man puts up points. Don't get us wrong. It's just we're not taking advantage of when he's putting up 140.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
when we
have to
put
catch
up
him while he's
140.
down there. But if he scores 200, you're probably not going to beat the team that scores 200. More than often,
Yeah.
more than likely, I would
Very,
say.
very hard to.
I think it's only happened once, and that was a rarity.
Isn't that you and Joe?
It was either me or Joe, somebody. I think it was last year, though. It wasn't this year.
I want to say it was you and Joe, and I think you beat your brother, and he was just barely over 200, and you beat him with your like 211 or whatever.
I think so.
That sounds right.
Last
Joe
year or something
definitely
like that.
lost. That's just a result of his team.
God. Yeah, and so, because Sleeper is improves year by year, it's pretty amazing to see what they can do. But, so if you go into just like your next week, it'll tell you what your weekly average is. And Andy averages 180. Which, that's nuts.
That is nuts.
That's what I scored this week.
Just for
That was my high
reference,
score.
I am, 4th in our league right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And my average per week is 143.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous how well his team is
Actually,
playing.
wait.
He hasn't lost
No,
a game.
that's
He's
just-
putting up monstrous numbers. Like, he's just dominating the league so far. Like,
That was wrong. I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong thing. Let's go look at week 12.
you're probably somewhere in the 140 to 150 range, I would imagine.
I think it's actually 150.
I was just looking at it, too. Blake, you are
Because
average
averaging
130 something.
almost 160.
Actually, I think it's 120.
150 something, yeah.
No, Justin, you're averaging 145.
That's 5 points less, and how am I fucking losing as much as I am?
I'm averaging 169, and I'm the second highest ranked points for.
And you have
That's-
amazing
that's-
players like Jerry Jeudy on your team. Don't forget.
No, he's shitty.
That's
and
the difference.
He sweats every time he has to play him.
That's
I will.
difference between first and third place. Because Scottie has second place, bastard. I'm trying to overtake it this week because that's who I face. If I
And-
can beat him, second place is mine.
Hey, Justin,
wait,
I'm
dude,
gonna,
only I
I'm gonna
beat Scotty.
sit.
Yeah,
Justin,
I need some
I'm gonna sit-
Justin luck.
You
I'm
get
gonna
none of
sit
it.
Derrick Henry. I'm gonna sit Tyrone Tracy. I'm gonna sit Brian Robinson, and I'm gonna sit Kyler Murray.
What kind of bullshit are you pulling over there?
Just so you can get another win, so you're like closer to getting out of the cellar, so that Nicky P can go down there.
The only other team I want to beat is Nick over here because I don't want to have one of those stupid ugly towels on my wall.
Yeah, I get that. I get
Yeah,
that.
because Durian is definitely out, but the towel
Yes.
is definitely a worry
The
right now.
towel's still in play, man.
That's a damn shame.
There is.
Have we heard any of the other rivalry punishments? I still haven't talked.
I know
to
what
Nicky
Matt
P.
and Kyle's is.
Is it
As
still
far as what
Kyle
Matt's
buying
getting.
him something?
Yes, a jersey.
That's so fucking stupid. Like,
It's a
why are you
present.
spending
His punishment
money
for
on-
losing is a jersey.
But very specific.
That'll show.
you know.
That'll show him.
For his favorite team, just a player on his favorite team that he doesn't like. Oh no.
Oh no, that's so sad.
That's so sad.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, I went and saw that. I went and
Oh,
saw
no.
him. Oh, Caitlin bought me tickets to go see him, and apparently she bought him in the handicap section. So
Oh, that's
we
fine.
found
Tickets
this
in the
out.
handicap section?
I was
So
gonna
we
say
found out
that's
with
fine
the-
for him because mental counts.
Yeah, so we went downstairs and was like, hey, because they had all the chairs pushed to the back. We're like, hey, are we allowed to move them? They're like, let us buy those tickets off of you guys, and we'll upgrade your tickets. So we actually got floor level instead of second floor. We ended up at like row 106 or row 6, section 106, right off to the side. We could see the sweat glistening off of him. It was insane, man.
See the weird
So
lines
great.
in his face.
Oh, he was completely shaved too, his head and his beard. It was just so weird. He's like, got up on stage and was like, don't worry, guys, I'm not dying.
It's not even funny.
Oh, man. Oh, but his skits were great. Anyways, back to football. Shout out Tom Segura if you're watching.
Oh, we were talking about
I'm
Tom
sure he
Segura.
does.
Were
Oh.
we?
I mean, I was doing the bit from the room.
So was I. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
No, but now
Oh.
I understand what you're doing. Like, how he does. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
I get it now. I was like,
Moving
wait, what?
on.
Oh, fuck. Well, guys, is there
We got
any...
3 weeks left, guys. What's y'all's prediction? Obviously, Andy's first
Pain.
and Justin's last.
My prediction is, let's just go with what I foresee the playoffs coming out to be. Hold on, it would help if I was on the right league, so give me a second because I'm an asshole.
You're doing the only
So-
research of any of us, so it's totally fine.
Andy is obviously going to finish number 1. I think Nick has a good shot at finishing number 2, so I'm actually going to put him at number 2. I think Scottie finishes pretty solid in number 3. I'm honestly going to say I think Joe overtakes me. I think he finishes at 4. I think I finish above Kyle at 5. I think Kyle's going to probably stay at 6 because I don't see Nicky P, Justin, or, Ryan making any comebacks. And Matt's been struggling all year.
Yeah.
What about me, Blake? Where do you see me?
I see Justin finishing in the cellar, even though like I don't want him to.
I appreciate
would,
that.
I would really love you to finish in like 6th place, just get into playoffs. That way, either Ryan's number 1 or ideally for me, Nicky P is the number 1 pick. So that would be fantastic.
And what's scary is Justin's bubble number is 1 game.
Yeah,
If anybody that has 5 wins 1 game, Justin's out.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
is
I
a
argue
very close race. I mean, we're looking just between
like just to
third-
get into the playoffs, you have 3 guys that are all at 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And 2 of those guys are in the playoffs right now at 5 and 6, and Joe and Kyle. And
With
then you
points
got-
4.
Yeah, and then Nicky P's also at 5 and 6, and then Matt is at 4 and 7, which also so is Ryan. So they're not out of contention at all yet, at all. Justin's not making the playoffs just because I don't think it's actually. Theoretically, it is possible if he wins out, but
Nope,
that would
it's not possible.
take a miracle.
Yeah, I don't believe in miracles. It's fine.
And then, like, on top of that, you've got me and Nick that are sitting in third and fourth. We're not that much above them. We're at 6 and 5. So
No, but this is where me and Blake are going to differ on opinions. I agree with some of your rankings. Obviously, Andy number 1, Justin in the cellar.
We can talk about the playoff picture, okay? We don't need to keep reiterating the fact that I am at the bottom.
All right, I'll talk top 6. I'll talk top
Andy
6.
is probably the number 1 overall one. By the way, in case I haven't mentioned it, Justin's at the bottom.
Follow very close.
I'll talk top 6. I think
That's all
Andy,
that matters.
Yeah, I think Andy. I think Scottie keeps second place. It just depends on what happens between me and Scottie this week, where I fall. If I can beat Scottie, I think I finish third, fourth. If I lose to Scottie, I'm dropping to at least 6th.
See, the only reason that
next week I face Andy, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to beat Andy, so that would be back-to-back losses. And hopefully Justin's not on a hot streak after beating Scottie this week, and he doesn't beat me in the final week.
But I think as it gets over here, baby.
I think I finish about 5th or 6th, to be honest with you.
The reason that I think that you're going to take over Scottie is because I think you're going to win this week. Because I'm looking at your points for you on the season. You've scored about 100 points more on the season than Scottie has, and your average.
Oh, I know that.
On top of that,
look at what everybody scored against me. Everybody, I'm almost like Justin, where people have record weeks.
So I'm also sitting here thinking that like regression's got to happen at some point here, because Scott's sitting there with the lowest points against. So
that is true.
And I'm saying with the combination of lowest points against for Scott, you have 100 points more scored. I'm thinking you might be able to take him this week. I haven't actually looked at your teams, but
I got all my starters back. So Mayfield, Mixon, Neighbors, Sutton, Connor. All my starters are back. So
it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to take down Andy at any point, even through the playoffs.
Kyle's got the best shot this week.
Kyle does have a good shot to, like... unfortunately, I think Andy's probably going to end up winning the season, barring something... Like, he's going to win the championship, barring something unforeseeable happening, so...
Something happens where Cincinnati,
Cincinnati just implodes, or Joe Burrow goes down with some type of injury, because that would be awful. I'm never going to wish that on anybody. But,
except for one person, Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I'll wish that on him all day.
I wish injury on people.
That's fine.
All the time.
That's fine.
I did it on the way to work and on the way home.
I just wish for sprains. Like, I don't hope for anything serious. Just for the week that I'm facing them. Like
I hoped for a fucking explosion in front of me this morning, because I saw a fucking Range Rover with the license plate that said B Legendary. I was like, fuck you, I hope you die.
No, that guy should not have a car.
No, he should not.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
Got any questions this week?
It's a good question. Let me jump over.
Justin,
jumping over, we're going to jump into Spotify first. Looks like... All right. So, it is one comment, but with 2 questions in it. Let's see. What is the best song that is named after a place and or location? That's like... This is going to be kind of quick. I can't
Toto's
think of...
Africa.
Yeah.
It's the best song ever made.
Toto's Africa. Yeah.
That's a solid answer. What was the question? What's the best song that's named after a place or something?
Place or location.
Oh, yeah. Toto's Africa is definitely that. I was thinking like maybe the...
New York.
That's not bad either. Da.
Yeah, probably. It's one of those two. I am partial to Africa myself. I was gonna say like something stupid like I didn't even know the name of the damn song, like the Ambassador of Kick Your Asseter, like from Tony Hawk.
That's funny. That's funny.
But I don't think
Oh
that's the
my
name of the song. So I'll stick with Toto's Africa because there's not a lot of other ones.
That's a good one too.
Sweet Home Alabama sucks shit. I hate that song.
Not
Just overplayed.
because I can't remember. My dad told me something about the band Africa, or not Africa, Toto. It was a bunch of like
Studio
Yeah.
musicians.
Yeah, a bunch of studio musicians just got together and say, "Hey, let's make a band," and then they created Toto.
Yep.
Fucking crushed it.
Damn.
Man. Africa Rules. Hold the Line is a very underrated song. It's got a very good guitar solo.
Very good shit. All right, and then the other part is name your favorite or one or two awesomely bad movies.
Oh shit.
Super
I
bad.
know one immediately.
No, is that your favorite or is it awesomely bad?
It's awesomely bad.
No, it's
It's not
fantastic.
bad. That's a
Go
great
fuck
movie.
yourself.
Like
It's a
most
great
people
movie.
tell you, it's really good.
I know it's a great movie. Trust me.
Doesn't
But
qualify.
like, there's nobody in there. There shouldn't be. It's a B-rated movie.
What is
doesn't
it?
It was a
qualify.
major release and had a major it released in theaters with a major release and it did well.
Did it
decent
really?
Box office, yes, it did.
Oh, I didn't know it had a major
So
release.
it was not a B movie.
What movie was it? I didn't hear.
He said Super Troopers.
You said Superbad as an awesomely bad movie.
God, Super Troopers.
Sorry, not Super Bad and not Super Troopers. I meant, what the fuck movie am I talking about? Hold on, I got this.
Mean something different?
Yes, it did.
You see,
wait.
Oh, Sex Drive. Sex Drive. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that movie.
That I will give you. That
Sex
one.
Drive was what I was thinking of.
That's a very funny.
Should not have been the way it was, but oh my god. Came my brain.
It's a very debaucherous movie.
I mean, he just, as he's standing there as a display and he's got a dildo on the front. I got a tasty treat. Oh, it's so great.
I mean, most of the terrible movies that I've ever seen that I love, happen to be horror movies.
Yeah, I know.
One of them is Santa's Sleigh, starring Bill Goldberg. The
Oh
movie.
god, but play is SLAY or something.
Yeah, and that movie is god awful. It's a terrible movie, but I love the fuck out of it. I watch it every year at Christmas time. It just happens. And then also, awesomely bad is Ready to Rumble. I love that movie as well.
I'm with you on that one.
Ready to Rumble.
You want
is
to know a
fantastic.
really terrible one?
I will bust you.
Have y'all ever heard of
I will
Rubber?
crown you.
I've heard of it. I've heard it's
Yeah,
a
the
pretentious piece
killing
of shit
tire.
too.
Oh my god. Terrible. That was the all-time terrible movie. But if we're talking, it's a two-parter, right? What's our best
No,
terrible
it's-
movie and what's
no.
our worst terrible
It's
movie?
like if you could think of one or two. That's basically it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not
Because I was
either
going to say, I can tell you best terrible movie, I expected it to be dog shit, was great, was Sex Drive. The worst movie that I was expecting to be good and was just straight dog shit and I walked out of was Chernobyl. That movie was straight dog shit. I went and saw it in the theaters on a date. And I looked at my date halfway through and said, we're leaving. I'm not even fucking finishing this movie.
Well,
Terrible.
good thing that doesn't qualify for the question. So
Yeah, no, dude, I have a large affinity for awful movies. So
I definitely thought, Nick, when you were trying to talk about your different movie, I thought you were talking about Starship Troopers when you said
no.
Super
no, that
Troopers.
movie is fantastic.
No,
If you
Starship
say that
Troopers
it's
is great.
terrible, go fuck yourself.
It's
I
you
say
got it,
awesomely
man.
bad is pretty apropos
Yes,
for
it is
that.
awesome. It is awesome.
Absolutely.
That movie's
It is
fantastic.
awesomely bad.
Oh,
God. You
That's
guys
Helldivers.
have just sent me through nostalgia of brass tap terrible movie nights with
the
Justin,
Pirates, baby.
Jacob, and
love
I.
that
Dude,
shit.
it was so good. We would just watch the worst movies that we could find, or the most obscure kung fu movies that we could find.
Monkey King.
The Monkey King was so good. And like we would play it on all the TVs in the bar because the staff loved us. So they were just they were our friends at that point. And so they would get to a certain point of the night and they would just hand us the remote and we would just try to find the worst
It's
thing on
time
TV.
for Netflix. Here you go.
And it was so much fun. It was great.
God.
So we watched a lot of terrible movies.
So I mean, I consider it awesomely bad just because it really was not just with the budget and everything, how they worked around it. But Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
No.
I will not accept that.
No,
I love that movie so
Awesomely
much.
Bad is generally like, poorly received by the masses, but you love it. That's kind of the thing.
Bitch, I fart in your general direction, and your mother's.
Yeah, Monty Python is iconic.
It's widely regarded
love
as
that
a
movie so
yeah.
much.
But no,
I
like,
absolutely.
the reason I came up with this like question is because like last night I was dicking around on Netflix because I just wanted to kill some time, and I saw that there's a bunch of comedies on there. Superbad's on there, but I wanted to watch Euro Trip, which I haven't seen in a long time.
Fucking Christ.
And it's from 20 years ago, 2004. It doesn't hold up in a lot of ways, but it is a very funny movie still.
So here's one that was not received well.
You just
and it
made
was Napoleon Dynamite.
No, I will maintain to this day. One, a lot more people like that movie than you think actually do. Two,
Probably.
that movie is one of the only movies that has legitimately made me say out loud, I want that hour and a half of my life back.
My dad says the same thing.
That's a lot of people's guilty pleasure movie. I'll tell you that much right now.
Some people worship it as like the funniest thing in the world, but those people are boring and like Matt Rife.
I thought it was terrible.
It's one of my, like, I'll throw it on and then I'll fall asleep too, sort of thing.
Not even close.
I get it.
I watched it one time, and I don't think I've watched it since. And that was like when I was 12.
So I got another one that's that I know this one will probably make Justin mad, but he might understand it. I know it's a bad movie, but it's one of those that I love, and my wife loves it as well. Employee of the Month with Dane Cook and Dak Shepard.
Oh my god.
Great.
That movie is so actually terrible, but I can't get enough of it. I love that movie. And
I might surprise you on this one because I don't hate that movie.
Okay, all right. I just know you have a let's just say not fond feelings towards Dane Cook.
And it's just whatever. Like he's just not funny, and he's a borderline pedo, but that's fine.
Yeah,
This is an '81 Honda. How dare you?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I quote that with so many people. We always say that shit. It's so great. I love that movie.
Yeah,
It's
that
bad.
movie's very
It's
funny.
really bad, but it's great.
Would
It's
The
bad.
Ringer with Johnny Knoxville work for this?
Yeah,
That was
I think
actually
it
a
would.
movie I was
Yeah.
thinking of when you guys were talking about how like the handicap spots
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Because I remember a deleted scene of that movie where Brian Cox rolls down the window with Johnny Knoxville in the passenger seat. He speaks to one of the attendants at the Special Olympics. He says, "My friend here has an IQ of 38. Can we park here?"
Oh god. Jesus.
That did not make the movie because I saw that movie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
One of my favorite lines, which I'm sure we all know it, it's an improv line when they all are out and what's her name catches them trying to sneak back onto campus. He's like, "Oh, we were just out getting ice cream." He's like, "When the fuck did we get ice cream?"
I do remember that. Holy shit!
yeah. No, that's a
How the
great
fuck did we
line.
get
ice cream?
That was an improv line by him, and it was genius.
Oh, it
That was so damn
fantastic.
funny.
It was so good.
God. Okay.
I guess
We
I
could talk
can
about
give
this forever,
I'll
but
give a
we'll
couple.
move on.
I'll
We'll
give
move on.
I'll give two of my answers. I didn't get the answer. One, Last Action Hero
Oh,
with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
yes.
That movie rules.
Yes.
And second one was one that people hate that I love. Movie 43. I'll go with.
Oh yeah,
'Cause it's-
that was fantastic.
It's
That was
half
so good.
brilliant, half terrible, but
Yeah.
I still love that movie.
That
I
was
remember
like
going
that.
to see that with you, and we just laughed the entire goddamn time. It was so good.
I've never
kind
laughed
of
harder in my life than when he like shits all over the windshield. To this
Do
day.
that for me?
To
Oh my
this day.
God.
Well, and that movie was so like received so poorly that kind of marked the end of like those scary movie 43 style movies too,
Yeah,
because it did not do well at all. But nah, it has one of the. It's just your classic scary movie bullshit. Okay. Jumping over to the YouTube side, favorite video game. Any gamers in here?
mine's fucking easy, and it won't change. It's the Gears of War series.
Oh my god, that's such a good answer.
I love those. They have infinite replayability for me. I'm a sucker for like single person storylines and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you can play it with other people and shit like that, but I love a good story on a game. And those stories were so good. They were so much fun. They were immersive. I remember getting Gears of War 3 and literally playing through it in a day, only leaving for like an hour because I committed to something that day, and then coming back and finishing it. And those games are so much fun for me. And
So good.
I
honorable
remember.
honorable mention will be the Borderlands series, because that's the only other game that I think I've put as much time into as Gears of War.
I remember going over to Blake's house when my brother was over there all the time, and you guys used to play Gears of War all the time. Yep.
Are you gonna
Yeah,
give
those are the days.
I was there for the Gears of War 3 playthrough. We played all the way until like 7 in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, I was insane.
No, we finished it that day. The 7 in the morning that you're thinking of is you and I were sitting playing Borderlands. No, it was Borderlands 1.
Yeah.
You and I were sitting there, and like before we knew it, we looked up and it was 5:00 in the morning.
That's how I was with the second one. I was too young for the first one. That's how I was with the second one. Me and two of my buddies ordered at midnight and played it. I think I'm with Blake. Borderlands is probably my number one. I'm a huge fan of all of them. Can't wait for the fourth installment to come out here this upcoming year. Super excited about it. But my all-time favorite, and I wish they still, and this is just the nerd kid in me, is Pokemon Stadium. I wish they would continue to make those. I love those games, and you can call me a nerd all you want, but they are great games to play.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You don't get to be called a nerd until you have this.
Yeah, on this podcast, I said I was playing Pokemon games, so I mean, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's I wish they would still do that. I mean, they did a great job bringing Pokemon Snap back. Come on, bring Pokemon Stadium back. That's all I'm asking.
Well, and those were like, that was when Pokemon games were good. Now they're just copy and paste and just not very good anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have a whole arsenal of characters that you can bring out now. Like, come on now. Come on, Pokemon. You only had like 250 when you did the first two. Come on, get your shit together.
Don't you dare ever say that to Aiden. Aiden will fight you on that. That kid has played every Pokemon game, still plays them to this day, and he's 18.
Joe plays them.
He loves them. He loves them. He's literally a treasure trove of Pokemon information. Like, we play Pokemon Go as a family, and anytime we have a question about something, we can just throw it out to Aiden, and he's got the answer.
Yeah, don't challenge us,
Nice.
Because my answer, because I have like, I have to do a top three because mine are get a little deep. So So one of one is going to be Assassin's Creed. I have played that since the beginning. I played every single game. I love history. I love like mythology stuff. So when they started getting into like the ancient Greek stuff, I absolutely loved that with Odyssey. Valhalla, I wasn't too into Norse stuff, but I still enjoyed it. And this most
which
recent
one? Which one of the Assassin's Creed?
Like my favorite one of those?
If you're doing the top three, you got to get specific.
Okay, Odyssey is my number one. I don't care. People can shit on me for calling that an Assassin's Creed game. It says Assassin's Creed. I played it as Assassin's Creed. It is my favorite. Number two, Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Hopefully it will go on PlayStation when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out in maybe 10 years. Because they have continued to not do anything with that. And then my number three, and all the people can shit on me for liking an MMO game, but it's Destiny 2. I even have my little ghost here.
You are talking to the right people.
You're talking to the
I
right
have
people.
my ghost right here.
Dude, I still, like, I get back into it every now and then, because I loved that game. I played a lot of it. There was a long time. Dude, I've got a Zavala hanging around here somewhere.
I got Zavala.
Yeah, no,
And
I've got...
Cade. And Ikora.
Yeah, I am with you on Destiny 2. I love that game. Actually, one of my friends from high school is now a part of the Bungie team that works on Destiny 2. He's actually got his name in the credits and everything. So
No, I absolutely loved it. I loved how they finished it. I just wish that this whole season thing that they're doing right now isn't fantastic, and I've definitely fallen out of it.
Same.
But how they finished it with the final shape was so good.
Yeah,
absolutely loved it with the Witness.
I think I'm one of the people that have like been thoroughly in Destiny's camp and have like been a truther for it for a long time, but I have never done a raid.
I still haven't either.
Yeah.
I still have never touched a raid.
No, I've done dungeons, I've done pretty much everything else, but I've never been able to do a raid.
I just want 6 hours.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, but that's enough of me.
That's awesome. My favorite all-time video game is Metal Gear Solid for the original PlayStation. It was a groundbreaking game with cutscenes. The graphics look so fucking painful to look at now, but that was my favorite. That's
for the time, though. For the time.
For a game that came out about 25 years ago, it still probably holds up in terms of storytelling. So that's my favorite game of all time. Like a lot of these other ones that you guys mentioned are totally amazing too. So. Played the shit out of Skyrim. Played the shit out of its former, the predecessor to that, Oblivion. I put so many fucking hours into, but yeah, I'll just stick with that as my all-time favorite. And I play a lot of other ones too. Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably up there in terms of like.
Think of it at Red Dead right now.
Currently playing it again, yes, because it's perfection in a game. So
it's very.
And you're one of the only people that I know that has put in copious amounts of hours into the Dark Souls franchise.
Dark Souls 3 is on my list as well.
Yeah.
I have Baldur's Gate 3 right behind Destiny. So.
Yeah, I actually remembered one that, like, it's the one game that I've come close to 100%ing and actually put that effort into 100%ing, and it's the Norse mythology God of War, the first one. I haven't played Ragnarok yet.
Oh, Ragnarok's great. Great.
But like, I've never been.
It was the 2018 or 2019 God of War.
Yeah. It was so good, so much fun. The story was fantastic.
Very, very good.
And on top of that, like most games, I play through the story, don't really care about much else, don't do the side missions. This one, I did pretty much every side mission you could do, beat everybody that you could beat. The only things I was missing was like some of the collectibles.
Collectible shit.
Yeah, so like. I think I finished it when I got done and stopped playing it. I think I was at like 92% done or something like that.
Did you fight all the Valkyries?
I fought and beat all the Valkyries.
Nicely done.
That's some serious commitment. All right, boys. Last one. We're running a little bit long right now because we got into our nerdy stuff. Dream car or vehicle?
Oh shit!
This would be super simple for me. 1968 cherry red Ford Mustang.
Just to say, you're a car guy. I'm
bitch.
fully expecting to hear a classic car like that.
Basic.
That has been my dream car since I was 13 years old. And that will always be my dream car. There's been a couple that have been in competition with it, and people probably look at me weird for it. Like, I really liked the Mitsubishi Eclipse when they came out. I really liked those. The way they looked.
Are you talking about the Evos?
No, I'm talking about the Mitsubishi Eclipse.
I know.
Not the Evos, no.
Because there were versions of the Eclipse that like ended up being also used to make the Evo. So that's why I was asking.
No, the Eclipse, not the Evo.
Okay.
That's weird.
But no, mine will always be a 68 Ford Mustang.
I'm an idiot. I was thinking Lancer when you said Eclipse. My bad.
Yeah. I was confused when you said that too. I was like, I think I know what you're talking about. Nope, it wasn't exactly Lancer. I remember Kyle bullshitting a fucking dealer.
Oh, Mitsubishi kind of Lancer? Yeah.
Kyle lied to a fucking Mitsubishi dealer one day because I was just hanging out with him. He's like, I was thinking about getting a Lancer and what I really wanted to look into one day is maybe an Evo, and it was a bunch of bullshit. We were just killing time.
I love fucking with dealerships sometimes.
It's a waste of my time.
Anybody else?
I'll go. I'm in a very lucky position where I'm in. So I have like a way out of league, will never touch dream car, and then I have a realistic one, which I have been very fortunate enough to be in my realistic dream car. It's my
You dream
modern...
realistically?
Yeah.
Come on.
I have my realistic. So my realism, where something that I could actually afford is my current 4Runner, and putting on all the fun toys and everything with it. All the fun light kits. Touching up the rims, tires, all the fun stuff with that. You guys have. I know, Justin, you've seen some of it.
A little bit, yeah.
I just like the toys. If we're going way out, like something that's like hundreds of thousands of dollars, pushing like almost $1 million, it's that. It's the. If I jumped into a sports car, I'd be an Audi R8.
That's a solid choice. Audis are a fucking choice.
If I ever got into motorcycles, the only motorcycle I'd ever want is the Tron light bike.
That's hilarious. In that fictional universe,
If money wasn't an
bike
object,
from
I would learn. If money wasn't an object, I would hire someone to make that for me.
that'd be pretty cool. What about you, Blake? What you got?
K5 Blazer.
Would you say K5
What year?
Blazer?
What year?
73, because you can put an LS1 engine swap in it.
You guys know way
You know
more
what
than I
sucks
do.
about those K5 Blazers is
Nothing.
when I was an employee at an automotive parts dealer, people would come in with K5 Blazers, and do you know that our system didn't check for K5s, it checked for K10s?
Yeah, that's funny because, no, that's not good.
Yeah. Oh, I know that there are K5 Blazers, but our system apparently does not recognize them.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Well,
Or didn't.
Yeah.
well, I mean, that's all in
Yeah,
the past, I guess.
like, I'd been happy with any of those, like, OG body, like, Blazers or Broncos, but I happen to know that you can fit an LS1 motor in a 73 K5 Blazer, so I'm like, you know what, I'll take that.
All right, Blake.
It's cute. It's cute. I like
That
where
is
you
a
get.
very good choice. I had to look it up because I have not heard that name in a long, long time.
Yep.
I will take
Alright.
a Bentley Continental GT.
You would, you bitch.
I'm a bougie motherfucker. It looks phenomenal. It
does.
And it's a comfortable drive because GT is Grand Tour. It's for long trips. I would take that shit from coast to coast.
You don't want the Lexus LFA?
It doesn't have cup holders, man. What am I going to do with that shit?
Oh yeah, you can't wear a pink shirt because it'll clash.
Hey,
True.
it's important. Can't roll up to Monaco while clashing like that.
Yeah, my fez will blow off my head. I can't have that.
No, and if we were talking like modern car, I don't know what my dream would be. Fucking modern cars are stupid.
That's why
I think
I went for
my dream-
luxury, baby.
Honestly, if I was gonna say for like a
Get
dream
the
car,
Marauder.
I mean, I thought about that, but honestly, I'd just go with a fucking T-Rex.
What, Truckosaurus? What was that?
No, T-Rex. It's like the Raptor for Rams,
Yeah.
Oh.
and you can get it like you can get a T-Rex with a wide body and like dual turboed or supercharged, either one, and that would be sweet.
It's a really sick pickup, yeah.
I thought you were going to say like a six-wheeled G-Wagon.
I mean, I'd be okay with that too.
The
Same.
swaggin' wagon.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. I think I'm
that's the only way I would
The
drive a
Swagon.
G-Wagon. That's the only way I would drive a G-Wagon.
I saw
Yeah,
a gold G-Wagon leaving the airport one day. I was like,
Gross.
someone rich must be in that one.
I would jump in front of them.
Whenever I'm driving around here, I'm like, I'm having a really good day, and then I see a fucking Cybertruck. My day is
And then you realize
It's just
you
funny
could be
though.
having a worse day. Like,
then my day gets worse just for being in its presence.
Bro, I live in North Scottsdale.
yeah, you live in Cybertruck Central.
yeah, we live in Cybertruck Central, and on top of that, you feel like I've got a newer car. My car is a 2023, and it's not like it's bottom of the line or anything. Like, my car's kind of nice. I like it. But sitting in a parking lot, I feel like such a pleb.
Yeah, you're a popper for sure.
Because it's around nothing but Teslas, Porsches, Audis, Mercedes, and BMWs.
Yeah,
Oh,
but Tesla.
I have a 21 passport, and I still felt out of place over in Scottsdale. Like, I was like, I don't belong here. This is a nice looking car, and I still don't belong here.
You have to have like a Mercedes or a Ferrari up there.
There,
Or a top-of-the-line pickup.
there was
Probably
a. I used to work at the. We'll finish up here, but so I used to work up at the Lifetime Fitness up in North Scottsdale. Just like a fun part-time job sort of thing. I've never seen a Lamborghini until I worked there.
You probably saw the most amount of breast implants too.
I sure did. I sure did.
Plastic surgery central.
Yeah, I mean, it
Dude, I
was
used to work up
absolutely
there too, and every time I would go to lunch, I would go to the Albertsons up there off of Bell and the 101. Never seen women shopping in high heels before until that day.
And it's impressive to watch.
See it every day.
It isn't.
Go to the Scottsdale Quarter or Kierland, and you'll see it all over the place.
You'll see it everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Wife used to work up at the Kierland Commons, and that was pretty normal. But so we'll finish up here. We have drifted far apart off of our fantasy football, but
This is the get to know you section. Come on.
interact with the comments sort of stuff. So, but to anyone out there listening, anyone out there watching, we always appreciate you guys checking us out. You can find us on that YouTube or Spotify. It's at Desert Dynasty Football. Like I said, YouTube, Spotify, and leave us a comment. This is what we do. We just like to interact with you guys after we talk our football and shit on Justin and praise Nick for hopefully moving into second place. And
Shit just runs off me, man.
I'm our best hope at taking Andy down for the championship. So
Just like duck
between you and
feathers.
Scott, yeah, and right now it's looking like you are our best option right now. So
I'm trying to be humble about it because I'm nervous as shit. All
I
right.
didn't know you knew how to do that.
Yep.
but we'll sign off.
Judy.
Leave us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe. hit
Oh,
all
I'm out my best wide receiver. Look at CeeDee Lamb still putting up numbers.
Shut up.
Still winning, Blake. Still winning, Blake.
I didn't say
Mister,
anything
my
about it.
season's done.
My
You're
season
still
is
winning
done.
just like I am.
I am still winning.
All right,
CeeDee Lamb
guys.
did
Have a
put
good
up
night.
some decent numbers last week, so I can't really complain.
Anywho,
All right,
peace out, y'all.
we're gonna cut this off here before we just start bullshitting more. All right, everyone, have a good rest of your night.
Talk
We will
about
talk
politics.
with
Let's
you
get
all
the shit
next week.
canceled.
Oh, fuck. Well, we'll see y'all
Shut it down.
Bye.